Hi, I'm Kevin Stokes with Blue Horizon Notes. Put together a short video series about the ways in which you can profit with real estate notes. This is part one. I'm going to talk a little bit briefly about what is a note and a little bit about the process of investing in a note. And this is extremely high level. It's not a lot of detail. I don't want to get you bogged down in that. I just want you to understand kind of what this is all about. That makes it an education piece only. It's not an offer of any kind or any specific advice. And feel free to share it with anybody that you think might help you evaluate this. The note's just a set of documents that's based on a transaction for buying single family residence. These are existing sets of documents that'll outline the loan information, like the terms, the interest rate, the amount borrowed, the payment, maturity date, all that sort of stuff. Legal actions are the description of what is required of both parties between the borrower and the note owner. It'll also outline the information about the property and who owns it, and it will also provide documentation on who owns the note, just like property notes have a sort of chain of title. And as such, this document set is an asset in and of itself, just like the property that um, that's being used as collateral for that note. And there's a market for it. There's a lot of people that trade it. It's not as well known as, buying a house and renting it as an investment strategy, but it's almost identical. The process of buying a note is very similar. You'll have to find the asset, do some initial research, and then make your offer. Once that offer is accepted or the negotiations are completed, then you'll have a period of time to do your final due diligence. Once you get a hold of the documents or at least copies of it, then you can review any of the flaws that are in it, maybe do a little bit of a loop back on the offer or renegotiation. But once that phase is done, then you'll buy the note. Typically, you'll do a purchase and sale agreement, and then you'll have some title transfer documentation that you'll have to then get recorded in the county that the property resides in. And then finally, just like a rental, then you'll just have to manage the note payment. Really, the biggest difference between buying a house and for a rental and buying a note as an investment is the beginning and the ending. The search for the asset is different because there's not a culture behind it. There's not a lot of people like there is realtors and everybody watches the real estate market. Not a lot of people watch the note market as such. I think that's changing, and hopefully people like myself and anybody else that gets into the note investment space will kind of get there. The other end of it, management is different. You'll not have to deal with the property. You won't have to do move ins, move outs. You won't have to manage property managers. You don't have to worry about repairs, all that sort of stuff. Management of a note is just making sure that your professional servicing company that does your loan collection is handling paperwork correctly and correspondence with your borrower and getting you reports on when payments are received and any loss mitigation if something were to happen and the node starts to get behind. And that's it. Everything in the middle is going to be exactly the same, and we use the exact same tools that everybody else uses when they're looking at buying investment property. In a nutshell, that's it. If you'd like to know more, if this interests you, there's a link in the description. You can also see it on the screen. You can just reach out to me and maybe we'll touch base. That link, the URL is to a survey. In case you're interested, I'd like to get to know you a little bit better and see if maybe I can cover more information that may be of interest to you about real estate notes. And with that, I appreciate your time.